5 kilobyte. Did you see that right at the start? 5 kilobyte. 5 kilobyte Productions presents a very, very dark lit, but nice reel-to-reel tape recorder. I was starting to say cassette recorder. But this is the Telefunken Magnetophon 301. Somebody had wrote about side 1 and side 2. I'm hoping that you first saw the inside shot video, which is before this video and the uploads. If not, then please watch that one first. But anyway, I got this machine on eBay. Price was high-ish. It was $30 plus shipping. But being a German portable machine, first of all, you're not likely to find that in the USA, so I had to snatch it. It was shipped from Indiana, so these machines, they seemed not easy to find in the United States. Things like Telefunken and Grundig and all that. So saw it on eBay, had to get it. It's a very good recorder. Original belt is still good, although I had to put it back in place. If you saw the video before this, you'll see that I had to put the belt back in place, that it used 2 flywheels. Also, if you saw the first video, you would have noticed a buzz sound out of the amplifier from the motor servo circuit. The buzz would bleed into the audio. I fixed that. All it was a leaky filter capacitor. A 500 microfarad capacitor had gone bad, and I replaced it with a 470, and the buzz is completely gone out of the audio. So it's very good. Before we hear its recording and playback here, let's see what it looks like with reels off. Here's what it looks like with reels off. Pretty cool. Look at the way that is. The graph. Triple and duo. Let's show fast forward. Rewind. And play. And pause. Pause moves the pinch roller. The pause is a secret and unlabeled feature. Here are the controls. Rewind, record, playback, and forward, and it's also got the German translation above it, but I can't really read. I could try reading it. Rücklauf, Aufnahme, Wiedergabe, and Vorlauf, and I'm probably doing a horrible job pronouncing the words, but anyway. There's a volume control, but then right here you see on the handle right there, this part is separate, and you can push it. And it's too bright now. You can push it. It's actually a pause, a mechanical pause. It's really cool. I really like how they did that. These two okay, that's enough. These 2 buttons are the track change. It's a 4-track mono machine. Enough describing. Let's actually... that much time has passed. Let's rewind. By the way, this is a single speed tape recorder. It only runs at 3 3/4 inches per second. Oh, it's still automatic light control? Maybe not. I have it set to only manual. The exposure set all the way up because it's so dark. In real life you can see it fine, but my goodness, in the video you can hardly see it at all, I bet. This is how the recorder recorded music off YouTube. Okay, that's a little better. Uses 5 batteries. That cosmetic piece is off. So is one that will go across. Okay, let's... Here, it records very well. I can push the record button by itself to set the level. Then to put the tape into motion, I have to press play. You can see I have an adapter here. Although I do have some DIN microphones, they usually have a different pinout than the one that this one would use. So I made an adapter to adapt for the right pinout for the Telefunken machine. This is a test recording on the Telefunken Magnetophon 301. Editing will be required. I'll edit a lot of this part out. But anyway, this is a very nice vintage recorder from 1966. According to radiomuseum.org, it was manufactured between 1966 and 1968 and uses 10 transistors. Let's turn up the level. The level is set all the way up. I'm now speaking at arm's length distance, and it still picks up fairly well on the VU meter. I burped. Anyway, let's turn on the volume some. A very good vintage recorder. Yes, recorder instead of recorder. It's a recorder. It records onto tape, you know. It records. Instead of records, it records. Anyway, sometimes I like to pronounce my words weird to have fun. For instance, the word dimension could be pronounced dimension. And, anyway, let's see how this is. AC bias. AC bias. Now, switch to the red, or track 3. We are now recording on track 3 of the Telefunken Magnetophon 301. And no, you cannot record onto both tracks at once. I tried it. It just records nothing. But you can play both tracks at once, on the other hand. Now, switch back to track 1. I'm now recording on track 1 of the Telefunken Magnetophon 301. It's such a cool recorder. Well made. And made in Deutschland. In Germany. It's so awesome. It's a very nice, high-quality recorder, and since it has 4-track mono, you can use 4 times a tape's length, which that would mean you have a side A, a side B, and then a side C and a side D on the tape. So you can have a whole lot of stuff all on one reel-to-reel tape. I think they should have made the 4-track mono be a more common configuration on a mono reel-to-reel and cassette machines. I think it's a fantastic system, and it wasn't widespread enough amongst the portables, where most of the portables are 2-track mono and very few are 4-track mono. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this recording. Bye. Testing with a vintage Grundig mic. Let's see how this sounds. Hello. Now using the red microphone. This is probably the worst sound. Okay. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Very nice recorder.